Hi everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and well, as you can see, I'm in front of Lilo again. This is actually a different video than I was initially gonna film, because I was gonna put the new distributor in and kind of show that process, but like I don't want to do that today. Like, as much as I want to, at the same time I don't. It's getting a little later in the day. It's getting a little colder out here. Not quite steaming my breath yet, but it's actually quite chilly out here. But anyways, I mean, I don't know, it's maybe like 2 degrees, 3 degrees-ish. Celsius, not Fahrenheit, so trust me, it's not quite that cold. But anyways, so I'm here with Lilo, and actually, well, as you guys know, I've been having engine issues with the car, but, because like the thing is with the distributor and, you know, all that stuff. However, I do want to check one other thing though before I go delving too deep into this motor, because I mean, I should have did this in the first place before I actually put all these parts into it. But I mean, realistically, these parts I can always just take off and put on another motor if I so desire to, if we have to swap this motor out. So one thing that I do want to check, because as well, this thing gets, well, it has like 0 power, but I think it's because, again, that electronic distributor. However, something that I do want to check, and I do have one just right over here, is I want to do a compression test on this engine. But before I do that, actually, I do want to show you guys something that I did the other day, and well, and a problem I have with it, but to be honest, I've already got parts coming to address the issue that I have. So, if we go over here, you might see along the side of the car here, hey, those rear tires are looking really wide and really actually awesome. And that's because, yeah, these are 275 60 R15s on Cooper Cobra Radial GT tires, right? Super cool, but you can see one little issue. It is, it's rubbing, right? And it's just over bigger bumps, it'll hit the inner fender here, which you can roll it, but I don't know if you can roll it enough to actually get these to work properly. So I've got air shocks coming. You can see it on this side too. It's a little worse because it's a little more depressed on the side for like seeing it, right? You know, you can see it's a lot worse on this side because I think the spring might be a little more wore. I do have a pair of springs in the back of my dad's car, but actually something that I should show, because, well, I do have them for this car here, is, again, the back of my dad's car, because I just had this thing open, so it should still be unlocked. Yep. I've got this 8.8 rear end as well, with, again, like I mentioned, I've got spare springs, and yeah, so, you know, it's pretty cool. It also came with shocks as well. They're used, but actually they still spring pretty good and everything, so they're cool. But yeah, this 8.8 stock gearing, so it should be perfect to put in Lilo, honestly, because I wanted a closer to stock gearing. It's probably 273, maybe 308, something like that, but we'll find out, honestly. I'll pop it open in the future and actually show you guys how to calculate that, and there's a calculator online that you can use, but the method you actually have to use to do it. So with that in mind, although I do need something for this, because if you look right there, the differential bushings are shot on both sides, so I'll have to get some differential bushings, but that's not too bad. Anyways, now that I've wasted 4 minutes here, let's just get into the process of doing a compression test on this, and I'll show you guys what you need to do. So, if we tilt that back down and open the hood. So, the things we'll have to do is we'll have to take out all the spark plugs. I'm not going to show you how to do that because that's pretty self-explanatory, and I've done that on my channel once before. But I'll show you what you need though, because I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if this is the 13/16 or if this is the 5/8 plug wrench that you need, but I'll tell you guys shortly once I get this spark plug out. Okay, so it is the 5/8. You can see right there, ish, maybe. It is the 5/8 that you need for this. So yeah, I'll take these all out, and then yeah, I'll show you guys the process. All right, now that all the plug wires or all the plugs are out, we can take a look. So I've lined them up, cylinders 1 through 4 and 5 through 8, right? So we'll start off with cylinder 1. You can tell running extremely rich, not pretty, honestly. Not a big fan of that, but I already know this thing was running obscenely rich. It smokes really bad. Cylinder 2, very similar, honestly. I don't really notice much of a difference at all on that. If we move on to cylinder 3, interestingly enough, it's not really firing as well. You can see that there. So that's a little interesting. Like, it has a different, it's not running as rich as the other cylinders, so I'm not sure why. You'd think it would be all the same, but it's not. And then, unfortunately, cylinder 4, something I found, is look at all that oil on the end of that. So, unfortunately, I might have, I don't know, valve seals or piston ring maybe in cylinder 8, or cylinder 4, sorry. But then we move on to this side, and you can see pretty much the same thing as the first 2 cylinders on the other one, but then interestingly, just like the other one, the 3rd cylinder down, this would be cylinder 6, or cylinder 7, sorry, is, again, it's very similar to the other one, except for actually looking a little better. So this one is almost, I don't mind that wear pattern at all, and it almost looks like it's running pretty good actually in that cylinder, so that's interesting. And then, last but not least, this is cylinder 8, which pretty much the same as the rest of them, right? So, no oil on this one, though, compared to cylinder 4 on the other side. So, now that we have that out of the way, there's something that we need to do here. And, well, we need to grab our compression tester, which is right here. And then it's a simple thing. Hang on. Let me put you down for a second. It's a simple thing of just checking to see, okay, which of these, like, all you gotta do, very simple, you find the plug hole that you just took it out of, and you thread this in. Now you make sure, you want to get this as tight as you can, because you don't want this thing blowing out, it can cause an issue, and when you do a compression test, you want to have all of them out, because you can actually cause damage if you don't have all of them out, and as well you'll get inaccurate readings if you don't. Alright, that is in. I don't think I can get any tighter than that. No, I think we're pretty good. Alright, so I have it here, and what we'll want to do, because there's 2 things, and you'll see me do it actually when I jump in the car here. So, what I am going to do is when I do the test here, I am going to actually hold down the throttle completely, so wide open throttle, and then turn the key, and let it turn over about 5 or 6 times, give or take. So, let's just see. Actually, there's something I forgot to do. When you do this, you don't want any spark coming, so take off the, just before I forget, take off the coil wire, right? So you don't want any spark to go into the distributor. I totally forgot to do that, so there. Now that that's all good, let's try this again. Alright, now let's see what the result of that was. Which is, oh, that's low. That is very low. We have, what is that, 110-ish pounds in cylinder 1. Let's just try that again just to make sure that that is an accurate reading. Okay? Alright, survey says we've got the same result. Okay, see, that's not a good sign, to be honest. Because that should be right around 180 psi, give or take, 160, 180. So, considering we're that low to start, this is not a good sign. But we are going to continue our test and move on to cylinder 2. So I'll just thread that in and show you guys the results when I'm done. Okay, I put it in backwards twice, so whatever. You just won't see the gauge moving up, but you'll see it when I do this. This is cylinder 2. Again, wide open throttle, and then... Alright. I left the fuel pump on, it's fine. We have, again, the same result. This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. So, okay. Alright, this is cylinder number 3 test, and let's see where it goes. I bet it's going to be about 110, 115. Alright, and yep, we have the same result yet again. You can see it there. Honestly, sorry I'm not zooming in. I have the super steady mode on the camera right now. So I bet you anything, all these cylinders are the same. Although I'm curious because there was oil on the number 8 cylinder to see where that's at. So, or sorry, on number 4 cylinder. So let's check that now again. You'll see the result at the end. Alright, and again, sorry, it's backwards again, but you'll see the end result again. I bet it's gonna be 110. And that sounded like it fell. But that's okay. As long as it didn't pop off. There it is. Yep, we're at about, again, 115-ish. 110, 115. So, and make sure to, there's a little button on the side of every compression tester. Make sure you push that before you move on to the next cylinder. Okay. Alright, let's move on to the other side. And you can actually see oil on my compression tester here from that cylinder. So, that's not good. Meanwhile, alright, now this side. Not as much room on this side for my camera, but we'll make it work. Okay. Alright, here is cylinder 5. Survey says we got more. We do have a little more in there. So that cylinder is at about, that's about 119. So still not good. Meanwhile, let's move on to the next one. All right, this is cylinder 6. Let me guess, around the same, 119, 120. Oh, actually, hang on, let's see. We are at, yeah, right around that 110. Actually, I think that's 110 exact. Okay. Well, I know this motor's pooched, but we may as well see cylinder 7 and 8 as well. And actually, I can just move it over here. You can see some of the gauge anyways. Let's see what happens here. Again, 110. So that's why this motor does not feel right, does not run good at all. Let's see, because that's cylinder 7. I'll check cylinder 8 as well in this little test. And, well, just like CJ said, here we go again. Final cylinder, cylinder 8. assume we're at 110 again, which either means I have bad heads. That one's actually 115. So basically I have anywhere between 110 to about 119 across all the cylinders. So this is a brand new compression tester. Like, there is one way to make sure that this compression tester is good, and actually I might just try that now. Here. Let us go do, really quick, just to check the calibration on this compression tester is correct. We'll go check out just one cylinder on my 81, because I know that motor's good. Well, I actually ended up just not checking stitch, to be honest, with the compression, because I know that motor's good. It has plenty of power, although it's not getting as good a gas mileage lately, but I think that's because of with the whole gas issue that we're having right now. They seem to be putting more ethanol in, because it used to be only 10%, but now it seems like it's going up to 15% ethanol. So, and the more ethanol you have in your gas, excluding like E85 cars, and even E85 cars get horrible gas mileage, but yeah, I'm definitely not enthused. So, which means, so either there's a few things that could be happening here. My guess, though, because it's down on every single cylinder and they're all relatively the same except for the one cylinder there, that, or at least there's very little deviation between them. So, and usually like you only want maybe a 5 or 10 psi difference between your cylinders, and that's technically what this one has. So it's either the heads are screwed on this thing, which is possible, because I do know that both heads are actually technically cracked on the front. It's actually pretty common, but still, it could have actually led to some issues further in, potentially, or maybe it's got a bad camshaft. I don't know. And I don't know where I'm going to go from here, because I don't want to just keep spending a bunch of money into this at the moment. I need to get a little bit more money again, because don't get me wrong, I can absolutely afford to go get another motor right now, but it won't leave me with a lot of money, and I don't want to blow all my money right now. So with that in mind, I am just gonna leave this like this. I'll put the spark plugs back in, so at the very least I can drive it. Like, I can still drive it around, but it'll just run like crap and whatever else. So yeah, it's just disaster, absolute disaster. But anyways, yeah, I feel defeated. Good thing I didn't swap out the distributor yet. Christ. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video as you see me go down further into sort of disappointment. Yeah, anyways, if you like what you see, even though you shouldn't like what you see in that way, you know, like the video, comment anything you want to see about down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you know the whole spiel. Anyways, I love you all, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Ciao.